cutter that I'm going to show you. Now, this first one is known as the Parisian cutter. Wind it through the potato like a corkscrew. When the cutter appears on the opposite side, pull the cutter out. Place the handle in the center and twist it out. This is what they call a French curl. When you fry these, they come out like donuts, nice and brown. Serve them with your steaks or pot roast them. Unwind it, there's 2 curls out of the 1 potato. Tomorrow morning for breakfast, wind a little strip of bacon around the potato and serve them with bacon and eggs. They're delicious. Different colored vegetables, wind them together and you get the 2 colors. Here's a little trick cut. Split the curl halfway through the center. If you're making a shrimp salad and you happen to run short of shrimp, mix these in with the regular shrimp. Upon my word, you couldn't tell the difference until you start to eat 'em. Now, the rest of the potato, you stuff it. We'll call this a little chicken. We'll call this here some hamburger. You might have a little meat that's been laying in the ice box for a few days. Chop the meat up fine, season it highly, stuff it into the center of the potato and bake them with the skins on. When they're done, cut them in 2. Serve them on the half shell, just like that. Serve them in slices when company calls. The more company you have, the thinner you cut the slices. If your mother-in-law calls, give her a beak piece like that. Now, the second tool in the set is known as the garnishing knife. Everything you cut with this must come out fancy. Watch this, please. You cut down, you turn the potato, and then you cut through the edge. First one way, and then the other. Sweet potatoes cut like this, drop them into a little batter of pancake flour and fry them. When they're golden brown, sprinkle molasses on them. Serve them with strips of bacon for breakfast. Why, they're delicious. Here's beets, you pickle them, and carrots, you steam or cream them. In making the original French fried potato, cut them in thick slices. Put them one on top of each other. Cross-cut the slices, and you'll never eat a French fry any other way. The potatoes cut like this will not absorb the fat because they're garnished around. Pineapples cut for your pineapple and cheese salad, cut them the same way. Here is one, and this is a dandy. Cuts any thickness or any size. Open it for a thick slice, close to the top for a thin slice. Saratoga chips, you can make them for 3 or 4 pennies a pound. Just pull the blade towards you like this. If you want the slices thicker than this, open the blade, there's a thick slice. Shoestrings for your Friday fish dinner, cut them down like this. Chop them up for your vegetable soup. What this knife is really intended for is for cutting the cabbage. You know the old-fashioned board, how you rip and tear, sometimes nipping the ends off your fingers. Lay it flat and pull it lightly towards you over the cabbage. The weight of the knife across the cabbage is all that's necessary. Why, ladies, when you get slaw cut as fine as this, you'll certainly appreciate eating it. The crowning feature of the set is the cutter that I'm going to show you now. This is known as the Champeen Vegetable Mincing Knife and Noodle Cutter. Now, when you want to make some real fine noodles at home, you roll the dough out like this. Dip this into a little flour so it doesn't stick to the dough, and as you roll it over the dough, that will cut the noodles in long strips, 10 at a time. Did you ever try to chop up a little nuts for cake? Why, I've seen ladies chop nuts and the nuts land up on the ceiling. Sometimes you chop the ends off your fingers. When you want to chop up a little nuts for cake, cooked meat, clams for chowder, soup greens to throw into your soup, making a little pepper or chicken hash is just a few strokes rolling it up and down. Why, here is without a doubt the meanest thing in the world to cut parsley. Put that in a grinder, you really grind it too fine. This machine, instead of crushing the parsley, cuts it quick, clean, and dry, leaving every bit of the juice and every bit of the flavor. Now, to clean this machine, you press the button. Rinse it out in a little water. When you're through using it, hang it up and let it dry. Here's one here that every lady should have in her home, known as the Parisian scoop. You lay it flat, once to the right, once to the left. When you scoop them out, you'll get a perfect round little ball. You can pot roast these, cut them out of cheese or cut them out of butter. When you're serving a fruit cocktail in the summertime, take your fresh cantaloupe, scoop them out like this, mix them with apples, pears, and watermelons, makes a delicious fruit cocktail served with a little cracked ice like you see here. But here are the two ladies, if you ever do get it, you'll thank the day you've seen this demonstration. When you press, it locks. It's like a pair of human hands. Reach in the oven and take the biscuits out of the oven. Ever take the hot potatoes out of the oven and burn yourself on the elbow? A roast chicken out of the oven, a piece of meat out of the pot, spinach, asparagus out of the water. Why, around canning season when you're preserving the fruits, to take the hot fruit jars out of the water like that, that machine is worth dollars to you. And here's another one that I really know you'll enjoy having in your kitchen, known as the safety grater. No doubt you're familiar with the old-fashioned grater. I've seen ladies take a grater and rip the knuckles off. When you want to grate up potatoes for delicious potato pancakes, this has a smooth, flat edge, impossible to cut yourself. Just like you were washing clothes, you rub it up and down, and you really grate your vegetables real fine, retaining all the flavors and all the juices. Breadcrumbs for when you're serving veal cutlets or anything like that. You want a little breadcrumbs to fry your fish in? Why, there's the greatest proposition in the world. Use that for coconut, cheese, or horseradish. When you're through with it, just hit it down like that. That knocks all the food out. Rinse it out in a little water and hang it up and let it dry. Now, here is a stone made of carborundum and sapphire quartz, which is made purposely to keep these knives sharp. When they get dull, a few strokes over the edge like this, and you can put a keen cutting edge on it. If you have a dull knife or a dull pair of scissors, an old sickle or a scythe, a lawnmower, cleaver, an axe, there's a tool that will really put an edge on the knife, so the knife will really cut for you. I just want to give you an idea of how sharp that knife really is when you sharpen it with that stone. Ladies, I've seen some of you try to open up cans. Now, there's a can of Campbell's baked beans. I've seen ladies open up a can and you poke a hole in it, go around the top, hippity-hop, and your finger slips. Let me show you a real proposition. Look, lay it on the can, lift up the safety, and turn the key. That locks itself on the can. No harder than you were winding up your watch. Wind up the key and that'll cut the top off of the can slick and smooth. Notice how the end raises itself up in the air so you can lift the lid off, giving you a clean, smooth edge. Now that can be used for sardine cans, square cans or round cans, exactly the same way. Now this tool here, my dear friends, needs no introduction. This will save you on an average of $20 to $30 every year you use it as a peeling knife. Here's a grater for cheese, coconut, or horseradish, a fish scaler for scaling your fish, and when you're coring your apple, it's just a slight twist of the wrist, and there's the apple core. There's one more tool that I want you to see, and I want you to watch this one very closely. Many a times when you're baking a pie, you have a pudding in the oven. I've seen ladies wrap a towel around your hand, and many a times you burn your fingers. Hook this onto the pot like this and lift the hot pots off the top of the stove. You've got a pie pan in the oven. Catch a hold of the pie pan like this. Why, you couldn't get it off with a team of horses. This will positively lift 100 pounds. There's a pail of water weighs 50 or 60 pounds. That's the way you pick it up. But there's one more tool. I'll be all through and I'll be finished. Oh, now the next tool and the last one is what they call the Sarah Bernhardt cutter. This was invented by the head chef of the Imperial Hotel in the city of Berlin, Germany. You place the screw into the center of the vegetable. Twist the vegetable until the threads catch a hold, then you wind this up. You keep winding until you utilize the whole potato. The faster you turn, the quicker the slices. Why, ladies, here's a machine for slicing onions. The first onion that you slice with this cutter, you'll bless the day you've got a hold of it. Every slice cut exactly the same thickness, every slice cut the same size. In making what they call a rosette, pull the vegetable out like this. Pin the ends together with a toothpick. Drop that potato into the hot fat and fry it. That will come out like a donut, golden brown. If you're serving a nice fish dinner, a little parsley goes in the center with the fish all around it, makes a very appetizing dish. Did you ever try to slice onions with a knife? You know how you get one thick slice and one thin slice? Run the knife through the center. That will separate each slice individual. Almost like magic, there is every slice cut exactly the same thickness and the same size. Wouldn't you like to have a set like this in your kitchen? Why, of course you would. Now don't forget, attend this theater every week and receive this 12-piece fascinating... Ladies and gentlemen, the management of this theater takes great pleasure in making this announcement. To each lady attending this theater each week, you'll receive absolutely free a fascinating 12-piece kitchen cutlery set, one piece each time. It is really interesting and amazing to know how you can prepare your meals in an appetizing and pleasing manner. There's an old saying, and a true one, that what is pleasing to the eye is bound to be pleasing to the appetite. I'm going to demonstrate this set to you, and I want you to watch it very closely. The first cutter that I'm going to show you, now this first one is known as the Parisian cutter. Wind it through the potato like a corkscrew. When the cutter appears on the opposite side, pull the cutter out.
Hey there, how we doing tonight? Welcome in. Going to be doing mole tonight with Pocky. And I got a sort of a dessert idea that I half stole, half whipped up my own here for using for the desserts. So stick around, should be interesting for dinner. I'm going to throw this out. I'll be right back. So we got some turkey thighs there. Since trying to go a little bit more authentic mole than I did last time here, which, if you guys remember, was the chocolate milk chicken. Mole is traditionally with turkey, and it's usually got even more ingredients than I'm putting in it tonight, but I'm putting in quite a few ingredients, and I'm cheating as well. I'm using a adobo sauce, which is sort of halfway there. But the idea here is we're going to use the chocolate Pocky because the chocolate won't affect the adobo mole that much. And more than the chocolate, I'm going to use the biscuit ends because I want the other part for the dessert. And we're going to use that sort of like as a thickener for our sauce. So, first going to start by taking the bones out of our turkey here. Just scraping along the bone. I didn't look at this package very closely, but as you can tell, obviously not the same animal here. Howdy, Trigger. How you doing tonight? Debating whether I want to, well, first off I want to cut that off. Got some more cartilage over here. Oh, come on, cut under there. It's catching on the edge and just sitting there and rubbing. We can cut that little bloody piece out. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. Yeah. Don't need the blood vessels in there. I don't mind blood sausage and stuff like that, but things like this, it's just going to muddy up our sauce, not make things any better here, so. What do you got for dinner tonight, Trigger? What's everyone eating tonight? You know, I might... This is a lot of meat. I don't need this much meat. This is the smallest package of turkey I could find. Which maybe wasn't the best plan. Maybe I should have gotten something larger and made it into 2 projects. Come on. There we go. And so I think I might actually just split these guys in half, right where I cut the bone out. Yeah, that's a lot of... Planning this for 2 meals, not for like 4. Hi, Nan Reader. I approve of that dinner. The only Dairy Queens I have even remotely near me are in malls, which... I bet it would. I couldn't find anything but the... Well, these are what I could find. I've got the... We've got the ultra slim chocolate ones, which I probably actually won't even use these tonight, but we'll see. We have the traditional chocolate. Oh, come on. Bag in a bag in a box in a bag. There we go. So, traditional chocolate Pocky. Those guys seem a little bit shorter than I used to remember them being, but just the same. So we got a sort of chocolate filling with a simple biscuit in the center of it. And we get the chocolate ones, and we get the strawberry ones. But yeah, Becca, I think you would be right with that one. Spaghetti sounds good too. I'm doing spaghetti next month, I think. It's on my calendar coming up here at some point. I don't think it's down below yet. I like the chocolate. I like the strawberry. I'm sure was hopeful that I could find the almond ones, which are like one of the original ones, but I don't ever see those. But they're out of well, they sort of battle over whether it's Thai or Japanese, but it's based off of a Japanese name, so, and the company is Japanese, so where the actual origins are maybe one thing, but it's a Japanese company, but U.S. company actually at the same time too. Obviously, they're not importing these. Let's see if they have a manufacturer location. Oh, product to Thailand. So, gonna dice up tomato, which, is pretty ugly tomato for this time of year. I'm gonna cook it down to nothing, so I ain't worried about that though. Red bean is really popular in Chinese Asian cultures, so I'm not surprised by that. Orange would be cool. I'd be happy with orange here. I know they do like a matcha or something like that too, a green tea or a matcha. Same difference basically. Welcome in, Mr. Carrington. Or rather, you're Play Carrington these days. How are you this evening? Yes, Pocky. I am doing a mole using Pocky as a thickener and also as one of our chocolatey elements. And then I'm going to make a small, maybe two-person no-bake cheesecake and turn it into a bird's nest using the strawberry and chocolate Pocky for dessert. Oh, come on. Cut. chocolate biscuit. Oh wow, we got a real. I don't know. Do we have some big Pocky fans here, or what? I've tried a couple of them, but I certainly haven't tried 4 different green teas. So I'm stripping out these are some Anaheims. I looked for Poblanos. They didn't have any at the store. I walked to the store today rather than drove, so I didn't really have big option to go a whole bunch of other places at the same time too. But I like orange stuff. I typically never buy the like mint or spearmint if there's an orange option. For I have orange cleaning soap, and I use orange mouthwash. Never been a big fan of that. I get it for dinners and the occasional palate cleanser sort of a thing with using mint. But I just generally don't like it otherwise, though. Yeah, actually, it's available at my big block supermarket. They keep both of the. I mean, it wasn't even like specialty store or anything like that. It was straight up one of the Albertsons family. Really? Yeah, I hardly, if ever, go to Walmart. Maybe once a year. There's a couple of them around me, but they're not the easiest to get to. Is more the problem than I have an issue with it. Should have done this in 2. A little too wide for my hand there for nice cubing. onion here. This would probably be a white onion normally, but I'm going to use a red onion. I like red onions. They're a little too harsh for some people, I understand that, but... Let's throw on some music here. And actually, let's throw on my earbuds so I can actually hear what's going on. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of background noise today. There we go. Okay, so where am I starting from here? We got our meat ready to go. Need our onion. Battles. Oh, no wonder I've got an echo going too. That's supposed to sit like that. Okay, I don't like the noise suppression. Let's see. Better. I'll use this guy. Oops. Let's use lard. If I can find where I hit it. And salt and pepper our turkey here. Now I gotta fix the audio on my other mic. Okay. Let's see. Let's change that one to like this one. Sorry, you guys can't see when I'm talking about stuff you guys can't see. But there we go. Skin side down. Save all these other little goodies, put them in the freezer for stock or some other project. Might even just throw them in with the chicken stock I got coming up. Also don't know if that's on the schedule or not. on the 18th. Sounds about right. That'll be a most of the day project. That'll be a super long stream. Which I've done a couple of stock streams before. Oh, battle's ready. Sorry about that. Oh, lovely. Love when that happens. They update the game in the middle of my game. Let's go back to that for a moment while I reinstall the game here. Okay. So let's see how we do here. This could be rough. Victory. So we see how we do on this one. Go back to our turkey. Take a look at this. As always. the sides a bit hotter. As you can see, that's already all good. This guy's mostly good. But he's so large that he needs a little bit longer. This guy's pretty good too. I'm going to turn him now. Hey car guy, how you doing tonight? What's new? What's happening? What you having for dinner? Something in racing. Swiss chicken thingy. I'm having a Swiss dinner on Friday. We're going to have white wine and lemon veal. And let's see. Wow, that's a bit gainy there. So we're going to be doing that, and I'm going to do a Swiss roll cake because I've never attempted to do that in a home kitchen before. Pocky is Japanese slash Thai chocolate covered biscuit. So this is just a sort of wheat biscuit. Here you can even see the marks from where it was baked on I assume on a conveyor, and coated in chocolate. We got chocolate ones and strawberry ones. They have a bunch of other flavors. Those were the only ones that were available to me. I also got these guys, which are just like the other ones there, but the ultra slim. So I'm going to be using the wheat biscuit part to the Pocky, especially this last inch or so here, and going to be, or what's sort of the handle here, makes it easy to handle, doesn't get any of the chocolate on your finger. I'm going to use it as the thickener for my mole, and then I'm going to use it also as more decorative, but part of dessert tonight. I'll go ahead and put it in Discord. Nice crispy skin on that guy. Same with this guy. We're gonna braise him in here a little bit later on, so. Just color and a little flavor in the pan. Leaving the flame on at about a low sear temp. Well, if you put it in Discord, everyone can see it. It's been hot here the last couple of days. It was hot today just out walking. Like I said, I walked to the supermarket today rather than sit around house. So it could be cooking a little hotter here. Just turn that up a bit. Hit that with a little salt too. Nice. So in with the Anaheim. tomatoes won't be far after. Won't be far after. Sometimes I wonder if you actually hear what I'm saying, because it doesn't always come through on my ear nicely. Welcome back, Head Mama Bear. How you doing this evening? Nice. Good to hear. Runaway tomato cube. Add some chili powder. We got both ancho and New Mexico. Oops, spoon. Nice car guy. Yeah, I'm actually gonna set up the next vote here on stream, so I'll take a look at it here in a couple minutes. Heavy on the chili. And a little bit of, oops, coriander. Not cumin, coriander. Let's do a little white pepper too. Garlic and onion powder. Garlic and onion powder give you different flavors than actual fresh onion and garlic. Still all clumping up on me. So traditionally, this would all get mixed up really, really fine, and I could easily throw it in the blender I'm purposely going to leave it a little bit more chunkier tonight. I want to just leave these veggies and let them cook down until they're barely above mush, but not quite pureed into a sauce either. And let's take our seasoning spoon. We have our purchased adobo, which is not stuff you want to get all over your skin. I mean, it's like a red dye, basically. I already got some. I guess that's coming off easier than I thought. But it's all sort of solidified in the bottom here, too. Hey, Bacon Prof, welcome back in. Yes, Pocky won. Slowly mixing back together here, but it's like there was a layer of oil on top and everything else had solidified in shipping because this was not made in the States. Yep, QBs. And last chance here before I pick my ingredients for the next one. You can go into the ingredient suggestion channel, make your votes now, and add your own ideas. Whoever's the top two, I'll pick for the next one. I got healthy spoonful of this in here. It's going to be more than I need for this whole project, so leave it with that. This is sort of like the adobo sauce. It's sort of like halfway to a mole, so I'm cheating here a little with that. Now we get into the Pocky. So I'm going to take those off for that. And then the rest I'm going to do in thirds. Save those pieces for with our dessert tonight. And these guys will use to thicken our sauce. this last one, I'm just going to put all of it in there. So we get a little bit of that chocolate too. But traditionally they'll put bread and tortilla and all sorts of starches in this to thicken it up. And even though they call moles sauces, they tend to be a little bit more like a thick paste. Like that. Turn that back down a little bit there. And in they go. I can smell the chocolate melt immediately, even over all that chili and other stuff in there. I'm going to turn this a little bit down here. And let's layer our turkey back in there to hang out and be happy. Turn that all the way down. Yeah, I want to put a cover on it, but I don't want to hide it from me. So instead of putting a cover on it and being able to go even lower and slower, I'm going to add some more water. Though you guys want to save yourselves the gas and all that. There's still barely a flame under there, hopefully. But it's about as low as it goes. What's this, Streamlamps? No, I don't want you saying this stuff that was... What the heck is that? I don't have Streamlabs doing anything these days. Well, ignore that. I'll try and figure it out after the stream. Nice, awesome, thank you. Let's go over to Discord now. Pop-Tarts. Solid suggestion. That you want to vote for that if you want it to go. Wednesday dinner voting. Let's see if you guys are actually seeing Discord. You're not. There we go. So, Discord. Anyone new to my Discord here, we have the introductory welcome in rules. We have my stream alerts here, which I'd use at here, which I haven't paid for any of these bot services, but would love to have one of these so I could let people opt in or out on that. But we have the walk-in here where Orangey or Car Guy posted this lovely photo of this little guy. We have our Formula One chat, and we have our dinner voting. Post all my food photos down here. You guys are welcome to, and please feel welcome to add your own stuff down here. So we need voting for the 21st. And let's see what we've got as our leading contenders. Looking like Spam and Gummy Worms. They're the top two in the top, since no one has three. So Gummy Worms. So go ahead and add your votes there by reacting with either one of those, clicking on that chef icon. And next Monday, I'll stop it at some point. And next Wednesday, we'll be cooking with Gummy Worms or Spam. So up to you guys. We got a battle ready here, so let's go do our battle. I think we got this one. Oh, wow. Level 13 already, have Mama Bear? Wow. Congrats, Trigger and Head Mama Bear. Silver badge. Let's do the harder one. There we go. So we got that simmering away. Let's get rid of our Pocky packaging. And let's start in on our mini cheesecake. Eat that. I got some leftover cream cheese there. Oh, we got some sesame seeds. Let's throw some sesame seeds in there. Sesame seeds are... I don't think of Mexican food using a lot of sesame seeds. I don't think of it as... I don't know. Maybe it is? But they are traditional to mole. Along with... There's a lot of other things that have been added in over the years, I guess. Nuts and things like that. Which I'm not going to add those in. Not quite sure what sort of green herb or something I just knocked into these seeds, but let's do a little. Sesame seed. No worries, Bacon Prof. Thank you for stopping in. Hope you have a good lecture. Or hope your prep goes well. You can find them all over the place. I think someone said earlier that you can find them in Kroger. I found mine in a big box supermarket. They are not hard to find. I did have to look in the Asian section. They weren't with like your normal cookies. Well, I forgot to get this out earlier. I want this to soften up quite a bit here. This is sort of a prime example. There's people that grate butter. I mean, it's in a whole bunch of different recipes. I'm not talking about anyone in particular. They literally grate their butter on a grater for making their biscuits. And you look at this and how much I'm warming this up just by mixing it here that little bit. You do that to butter with a grater, and it's practically going to be liquid. That's going to be a horrible way to do your biscuits. But anyways, I almost always like small dice mine with a knife, and even still, that's still adding quite a bit of heat. Nice. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different ones too. I mean, you can make. There's a whole bunch of different versions of it nowadays too. I'm shooting somewhat middle of the road here. You poor guy. Hopefully you're on the less wet part of Texas. Do a little powdered sugar. That's good. Well, compared to what some are seeing in the Gulf. Add a little bit more sugar. I wanted to do some sort of dessert, but I really don't want dessert tonight, and I'm doing dessert on Friday. I'm going to be set on dessert for a while after Friday. So, a little Ghirardelli cocoa. Oh, I forgot to run. Oh. More laundry work tomorrow. Of course, if you have your cream cheese warmed up, that's a little bit quicker of a process there. Still working on getting some of those little small clumps out. Okay. So there we go. There's our no big cheesecake filling. Some people like to mix in a little Cool Whip or make their own whipped cream and fold a little bit of that in. This is too small for me to do that with that. but it is quite tasty. We do still have a flame under this guy. Yeah, there's a little steam. This guy still needs a little bit more cook time. Actually, I'm gonna creep that up just a little bit. Oh, we've got Ghirardelli cocoa, powdered sugar, and cream cheese. Actually, let's add a little spice too. Let's not go boring though. Let's do a little nutmeg. Give you a close up on what that's like. Sort of wish I had some hazelnut for this. That guy was done. Originals. Apparently there's honey grams and Nabisco grams. Both made by Nabisco. I don't know why I'm being nice and neat about this. I'm about to crush them all up. Not all of them. I think 2 will do this. If you got any frustration or aggravation built up right now, So there's our strawberry ones. If you hadn't seen Pocky before. Again, you have that same sort of focus. Anyways, sort of diamond pattern where it's been on a conveyor belt. Chocolate on my fingers there. And then thin white chocolate strawberry flavoring. Good stuff, I like them. Again, what's there not to like? Unless you're gluten intolerant. Because these are wheat. If you're curious on nutrition here, whole bag, 60 calories. So that's 120 calories there. I think we're going to do one more bag of each of those. Be right back. Reach. did this backwards. Should have left those in the back. Epic Archer. That wasn't enough. What'd I do with my water? There's my water. Small pinch of salt. Yeah, I'm putting it all in there. It's a bit more than I really need, but oh, I was gonna add. Yeah, I think I still am. We have maraschino cherries and maraschino cherry juice. I'm gonna mix in with that cream cheese and chocolate, and sugar. Almost went for the offset spatula there. Doesn't have to be perfect, we're covering it up anyways. It's tasty though. But I mean, how can you go wrong with cream cheese quality cocoa? Little good maraschino cherry juice. And let's throw this in the fridge for a minute while I plate up my turkey dinner. Allow that to set up just a little bit. So we got 1/4 of my turkey thighs there with our Pocky mole. Let's give that mole a taste here. Give you guys an opinion on how this should be heavy and deep in flavor. Shouldn't be hugely spicy though. It's nice. It's smooth. And there is a bit of that like pepper. I'm thinking it might actually build on heat, but it's not hugely spicy at the same time. Let's do our battle. Got all sorts of help this time. Race for the chest. Congrats, head Mama Bear. Alan. I think we're going to call it there for tonight. We're going to have a short stream tonight. We're only an hour and a half in. We're pretty much... Well, let's do one more. I'll wrap it up here after stream. Let's see, we got spear throwers, tanks, skeletons, more spear throwers. We got everything all over the place here. Thank you for that follow there, Quiet Jay. Okay, so happy with that. That's going to be tasty. Back in the fridge. Gonna need a little get all that chocolate off of this quick. And then we're going to, with dry hands, coat the outside of our mini cheesecake here, or no-bake cheesecake, with our Pocky sticks, which will hopefully look like a bit of a bird's nest on the outside of it. Thank you for that follow. Welcome in, Tomia. Hopefully you're having a lovely evening. Let's see here. So we got our little bird's nest going now. I don't know how great that comes across on camera just yet. But I am thinking we need something to represent an egg. Maybe, or maybe 2 eggs. I was sort of hoping I had a better idea than this, but I think I'm sort of down to just using a couple of giant marshmallows. I was thinking I could maybe do like a canal of the cream cheese separate. Just a couple different things. It's not really Easter time, so there's no real egg candy either. But in addition to our marshmallow eggs. Awesome, Tomia. Let's grab a couple of maraschino cherries too. And maybe use those to prop up our fake eggs. My hand was dirty. Awesome. I almost want to like quadruple the amount of Pocky and just make it like a massive nest, but I think that's about the best I'm going to do with 4 boxes worth here. Or 4 packages worth. So this is definitely dessert for 2 here tonight. This is, or multiple nights for myself here. We have a chocolate, or rather a Ghirardelli cocoa with sweetened cream cheese and a little bit of maraschino cherry juice. We have a base of graham cracker. We have strawberry and chocolate Pocky chopped up and wrapped around the outsides to give it our nest exterior. A couple of maraschino cherries and a couple of marshmallow eggs. Give you guys a up close on the main. And we have our turkey mole. And I think I've got a pretty decent dinner here. You think I did a decent job here incorporating Pocky into tonight's dinner? What do you guys say? And so, going here back to the Discord, just to remind you guys one last time before we wrap up here. We now have gummy worms with 2 votes already. Well, 1 vote besides myself. Or spam for tonight's options on what to, or for next week's challenge. Or if you guys want to, you can go ahead and make some of your own suggestions. We just had Trigger with sardines and baby food the other day. Baby food's probably going to make it on here unless someone gives us a couple other votes soon. We're going to go ahead and delete spam and delete gummy worms because those are our current candidates. And Bacon Prof threw on Pop-Tarts beginning of the stream. Why don't we go hang out with an Team Bone-In cook here? He's a relatively newer food streamer, I believe. So give him a warm welcome to Twitch. I will finish up the battle here off stream in 18 minutes here. Yeah, why don't we... Awesome. So, give him a warm welcome. Tell him, hope he has a great dinner. I'm gonna go and enjoy my great dinner. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I will be back here on Friday. Gonna be doing Swiss dinner night. Gonna be doing potato roasty. Gonna be doing sauteed veal. And gonna be doing a Swiss roll cake. So that should be good fun. Hope you guys come back and join me for that. And thank you for being here tonight. Have a great night.